Welcome to the Château de Saint-Germain-des-Prés, where we try to get on with DIY while not disturbing the writers and residents. Writer's retreat, normal day. Press some napkins. Go get some croissant. Put away the remains of the night before. Watch Steve make some breakfast. Do a quick load of laundry. Put some more dishes away. Go down and get the recycling taken care of. Almost have a cup of tea. The writers have decided to go to a brocante, so I have time to do a little vacuuming and strip the bed of the guest that left and set the fire and set the lunch. Clean up the bathrooms a little bit, just give them a little freshen up the tables, and almost have a cup of tea.
Alright, so we've come to a brocante, or really what they call a vide grenier, or boot sale, dry sale, however you want to put it, just near Brantôme. And we've had to wander through, and there was a purchase made. So I did get myself this lovely mirror. I'll show you later. It's nicely packed at the moment, but it's a little vanity mirror made of brass. It'll be perfect in one of the rooms. So we are once again in one of our favorite towns, Brantôme, but the river is rushing today. It's almost double what it normally is around here. Sunning. Hopefully the rain holds off. I mean, big dark clouds, but we've had so much rain lately that we're going to use the dry section and get a little trip into town, grab a coffee. So the Brantôme in the fall seems pretty quiet. Usually we stop for lunch here and it's a bustling patio, but this time of year, November, it's pretty quiet. Still gorgeous though.
And we're back. I'm hoping to get even more of the cafe done today. We're on second coat of the second color, and then we'll put the paper on that we had talked about last time, the paintable paper on the bottom, and get that painted. And then hopefully we can move on to the finishing touches, you know, the wallpaper. I know we've been saying this for weeks, but we are running a business in the meantime. So the writers have gone writing for just a couple of hours. And I know what I'm making for supper tonight, so that's all worked out, and I have a couple of hours to paint. So here I go.
All right, Sarah, I went to a brocante today.
I heard that.
And I got a little something. Do you want to have a quick look?
Uh-oh.
Hopefully you like it. I think it's cool.
Whoa. Oh, isn't that pretty?
Isn't that sweet?
I love it.
Yeah.
Aren't you handsome?
Well, there you go. I thought, nice little vanity mirror for one of the
Yeah.
rooms. You know, it's in pretty good nick.
Yeah, I like it.
Not terribly heavy, but you know,
No.
still made of metal, so or brass. There you go.
It's a natural position?
That's it.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Got a good balance, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Good find. So you're up a ladder.
Up a ladder.
What's going on?
I'm trying to ascertain 3.4. The height of the wall from the baguette up here
Yeah.
down to the molding to the bottom.
Okay.
So according to that, it's 3.403 meters.
Okay.
So then we know we have to be able to segment that between the soubassement and the wallpaper.
Right.
And the wallpaper is
3 meters 20.
3 meters 20 at max. So that'll drop from the baguette down.
Yeah.
So then the difference will be where the data rail will go and the paper below, the soubassement. So the first thing we need to do is get a line around here that indicates where the data rail is going to be.
Yeah.
We'll do top and bottom. That way we know that that's where our tolerance is. So the wallpaper from above and the wallpaper from below, and then it will be covered by that. So we need to figure out what that height is, get a double line around, and then we can start playing with wallpaper.
Yay! I'm excited. So that's definitely our next step. So yesterday we got the double coat of two-tone trim done. Hopefully this week is to try to get the soubassement paper in.
Yeah.
And hopefully paint it.
Yeah, and then we can get on to the actual wallpaper, which is really the last step.
Yeah.
Is the wallpapering. You know,
well, second to last step, because then we do the rails.
Do the rails.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully that moves relatively quickly, and we can finally get this room back to being functional again, which would be great.
Because neither one of us really enjoys living like this. This is not really our style. I'm getting tired of moving stuff in and out based on who's here and what parties we're throwing and who we're entertaining and what work we're doing in here. It's going to mess it up. So it's just been back and forth and around, a lot of lugging and toting. So.
And plus it'll look amazing, and we'll just want to be in this room all the time. So
it'll be good. Yeah. I'm excited.
Looking forward to it.
And since the painting is done, the Dorapalooza doors can go back on. You're there? Because it's I can see it overlapping with the door frame.
It's the hinges.
Needs to drop in.
Yeah, once you paint the hinges.
I tried not to. Yay!
Whoops.
Now we
can't open that.
Can't open that ever again. Yeah. Until we find the keys that match, which is another Chateau problem. I'm trying to source some nice hardware that we can use for the doors. Like basically door pulls. And I'd love it to be on a sort of garden theme. And if anyone wants to go out and do a bit of sourcing and find ones that are appropriate for the Orangerie, that we could use here and are available in France, that's the other catch. Let us know. Feel free to send us your suggestions. And you probably have to email me because comments with links get blocked. So email us at Manor and Maker.
All right, this one might require a little more than just me.
All right, putting the phone down.
Okay.
We are in the kitchen with Ella, who is our returning guest for our November writing residency. And Ella has decided that her characters need to learn about custard.
Always.
We got into a discussion about Christmas cakes and sticky toffee pudding versus Christmas pudding. Yes, there we are. And then we got to a discussion about custard, and is it better to do the powdered custard, traditional, or, and I feel like you have opinions on this, the from scratch version. So in the interest of writing research, we are having a custard off this evening to go with the sticky toffee pudding. So I will be taking Team Birds, and full honesty, I don't actually make custard a lot, so you may have a slight advantage in two places in this. You are using basically a standard recipe. You said they're all very similar, the ones you find online.
Milk, egg yolks, sugar, cook it to get it thick, and it's really good. And vanilla. Okay. Maybe some liqueur if you want to, but we'll probably just leave it sober for today.
Again, under super scientific measurements, we have 5 eggs, so that is how much custard you will be making.
I'm adjusting, living on the edge. Doing that.
This doesn't actually say, I'm assuming that the instructions are for 1 portion, so I'll make 5 portions, and does that seem comparable? Who knows?
We have so much custard.
Well, he's got the full action. You are an experienced cook, I would say. But, you regale us with the tales of pandemic specialties that you went into.
And so yuppins and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Duck.
Good movement. I'll give you top props for that. I am looking a little lumpier right now.
I'm heating up the milk to go in with the egg yolks.
Okay.
To cook the custard and make it lovely and thick, and not just like raw stuff.
All right.
Be good at all.
I have just confessed to a slight miscalculation. So, having not made custard before, I looked at the instructions and I thought the 2 tablespoons were per portion. So basically I multiplied that by 5, and then I read, and in between giggling, realized that I probably don't want to add 3 liters of milk to this, because we don't want to be eating custard forever and ever and ever. So maybe either mine's going to be really thick or I have to start over. Yeah, I think I've made a disaster here. So while I continue to faff about with measurements and how to fix my disaster, you're pretty much done.
Yeah, I just need to get it thick on stuff.
Okay. All right. So stirring, thickening in the standard wedding.
Yeah.
People who know what they're doing in the kitchen.
Just old-fashioned.
Could you please reassure everyone that I've made you decent meals in the time that you've been here? All right. Because I'm not trying inspiring face at this point. Because I can't follow simple instructions on the side of a box.
It's the science custard.
Right.
If you've been doing the old fashioned custard, it's great.
Yeah, that's it. Beef bourguignon from scratch, no problem.
I'm a bit of judge. I'm a fan of pudding and a fan of custard.
Well, I think we've given Ella a distinct advantage here, both in the from scratch and me messing up the proportion, because I can't follow instructions on a box apparently.
So we've got a novice responsible for the bird's custard.
Yes,
I'm not
exactly.
sure that that's okay. Is that custard enough?
Yes. Apparently insufficient. Okay, so someone who knows custard is clearly adding judgment here. All right. Let me add some more and see if that works. We're having a discussion whether it's cheating to add vanilla extract to the prepared birds.
I think you need to embrace the artificial, pre-made, 5-second whip it up.
All right. And we just won't talk about the irony of me saying that you need to embrace the birds.
I can embrace it.
You embrace the birds, I need to embrace the birds. So we just won't talk about the irony.
There's birds and there's eggs, and they're both important. Which came first? Which will come first?
So since my instructions rather unscientifically just said heat, I'm kind of treating it like gravy.
And mine says to keep cooking it until all the bubbles at the top sort of go away.
Okay.
And you can see that it is yellow underneath the foam. So I'm just gonna keep stirring it gently until it gets to that point, and then we'll do a taste test.
I feel like your foam has reduced in the time we've been standing here.
Yeah.
I have tasted mine, and it's come off so it's okay, I think. I mean, as an experienced custard eater, it's good. I've added a bit more milk just to maybe dilute it a little bit. Now can I taste yours? Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah, so just see if it's coating the back of the spoon in the light creamy layers.
Is that okay?
It's getting there. Might need another tea or two, but try it and taste it.
Okay. Oh, it's nice.
Good.
So we're just having our farewell dinner for Sydney. Wishing her all the success in her future as an author.
I have a creature that is like a sort of mythical creature, and I was trying to figure out what they look like, and at first I was thinking, oh, maybe they're sort of like a shadowy type of strange thing, but then somehow non-Newtonian rulers came up at, was it breakfast? Over lunch?
Over custard conversation.
Over custard conversation, yeah. And so Sasha suggested that, the way that it was moving, because you pick it up and it's kind of like it falls like a phantom, like a ghost or something. It's so like mind-boggling. And I was like, she was like, you can use that for like a creature or something. And I was like, that's it. Nice. So now I've got a non-Newtonian mystical creature in my story, so that'll be fun.
I absolutely love that. All kinds of random inspiration here. We're here for you.
Have custards. And they do exactly the same with that.
So this is combining two great British greats, is it?
Yes, well, as we were debating the other evening, would a true Brit really prefer a Christmas pudding or a sticky toffee pudding if they were put in front of them? And then happened to find that you could actually get sticky toffee Christmas pudding.
The sticky toffee middle of the sticky toffee Christmas pudding.
Oh, that's good.
All right, let's do this then.
Bon appetit.
I don't know which one to start with.
I'm going to start with just a cake and then vote for one in each. It's just, wow. Okay, your custard, I would probably eat as a dessert. On its own.
Good high praise to see, indeed. Thank you.
It does taste like it could be a pudding of its own.
Paul,
Oh.
Bernard.
This is really good.
Yeah?
I'm
Christmas pudding.
finding the chemical custard
There's a flavor.
a little bit more creamy,
Interesting.
They can look best.
but flavor-wise, they're very close.
Yeah.
Very close.
Stephen?
Yeah.
I can see Paul's point, but I do prefer Alice.
Oh, dun, dun,
The
dun.
sweetness of it, I really like. To the
Yeah.
All right. And so to Sydney, who I believe this is your first time having any of the combination of these things.
Ella's win.
Right, so the flavor of the sticky toffee Christmas pudding is so strong. I can't actually tell a difference of the custards.
Oh, interesting.
With the pudding. Okay. If I have the custards by themselves without the pudding in the bite, then I do like the homemade one better. Okay. But yeah, it's a draw when it's just
But they're really strong.
when it's with the cake.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I would say, think almost exactly that with them. What the birds is a great dilator for this trend on the Christmas pudding. But I would probably eat the Christmas pudding with the birds and actually have your custard as the sacred pudding.
I think that sounds like an excellent solution.
Don't go yet. Longer viewers of the channel will recognize Sasha Dench, the CEO and founder of Conservation Without Borders. And we are so excited to host her and Paul from the Conservation Without Borders group. We would love it if you would go check out their channel and give them a like and subscribe and help them get started.
This may look like an idyllic scene of a wonderful little lake in the valley here, but sadly, it's actually a field. We've had so much rain this fall that the river, the Rabbi River, has actually flooded its banks and is now threatening to flood any of the low-lying fields and properties. So hopefully we'll get a bit of a break in the rain, but it's certainly not supposed to according to the forecast.